Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Just Open It, my YouTube series in which I open recently acquired toys. My name is Russ. Thank you very much for watching this. I really appreciate it. If you're a fan of action figures or toy collecting or pop culture in general, please consider subscribing to my channel, Karaoke Fanboy TV. Every week I plan on opening a recently acquired toy right here for you fellow fans or internet trolls to enjoy or critique. I have two action figures before me today that I plan on opening because, frankly, I've had these Tick toys for almost a year. I acquired them at an auction in a small lot that was very reasonably priced, and I'm super excited to add them to my collection because I had a handful of Tick toys and Happy Meal toys. I've had them for some time. These secondary characters are so fun. Super fun character designs, and truly a tribute and a celebration to independent comic books of the 90s. The Tick was created by Bill Englund, and these are the secondary characters that appeared in the Fox Kids TV show in the 90s, as many folks of my generation probably remember. And I'm sure that when I was a kid, I saw these figures on the pegs at KB Toys. You could see the price tag there. At one point, these toys were 3 for $10. And for some reason, I passed them up then, but I'm excited to have them now. And I'm going to open them for you and just see if they've stood the test of time. So let's start with the figure from Series 1, which is the Human Bullet, projectile Human Bullet, to be specific. And if you look at the back, you can see the other figures that were available at that time. And this instruction, I presume, meaning that he can shoot the top of his head off. I'm really excited about that. Instructions: push the button on Human Bullet's back to see him shoot off his head. So, of course, caution, be safe, never aim at people or animals. I am alone here, opening toys on a Sunday afternoon. So, no worries there. Nobody is hurt but my pride and ego. Okay, so let's open the Human Bullet, who has been in this package since 1994. And these figures were in like a storage container or unit, I presume. So they are dusty and somewhat. Look at how easy that was to open, and that's just from years of storage. So they're dusty, dirty, grimy. The adhesive is finally surrendered, and that would just be almost a perfect card, especially at this size here to keep. When you compare the sizes here, they must have decided to save some cardboard budget when they got to Series 2. Here's the Human Bullet, and what a fun action figure already, just the look of him. Is. Wow, I could really smell the plastic or the rubber here. Fun. Points of articulation being popped for the first time since 1994, ladies and gentlemen. And very easy. The legs. Ooh, did you hear that? Did you hear that? Here. Oh, man. What a sweet sound that is, right? So minimal points of articulation, not even 5, just 4 points of articulation, as the head, I presume, has a mechanism in here that will propel this bullet. But what a fun sculpt. Simple, kid-friendly, very expressive face there. Frankly, they just don't make action figures like this anymore. Action figures are almost taken so seriously nowadays that it's hard to find something that's like this. And I got to assume he's going to stand easily because he feels just like solid. So there he is. Now, how will the mechanism that propels this bullet head work? Did it hold up over the years? Let's find out here. Okay. Yes, it did. And this is a little kind of a rubbery tip. How weird is this? But it held up great. So there's a little, just a little notch here so you know how to put this thing back in there right. And again, just boom, there it was. Awesome. So the Human Bullet. Human Bullet's back, baby. I'm excited about that. Very cool. Nice compact figure, easy to display, with a fun action feature. Now, my favorite character from the Tick's roster of allies is American Maid, if only for her name. I just think it's a great name because she's in a maid costume, right? Like almost like a housekeeper's uniform. But also American Maid is a phrase for the construction of things here in the United States. So I just think that's a very cool name, fun pun, and a great female character in the Tick universe here. So let's see what her action feature is: a karate chop. Stand American Maid on a flat surface and hold her steady. Then use your thumb to push the tab on her back to the side. Her upper body will turn as she chops through the air. It's funny that they say she chops through the air and that she won't be chopping a villain. Like, she's just gonna, just the air is, you know, that's gonna ward off the bad guys. They won't need to approach once they see her chopping capabilities. She doesn't have to connect. Just chop the air. They're gonna be like, whoa, okay, and they're gonna, you know, crime thwarted. So here we go. American Maid coming out of the package in this Tick twofer. Okay, so she is not as her package isn't as easily opened as the Human Bullets was. Oh, then again, maybe I take that back, because as soon as I found the right corner, there it was. Wave 2 came out a year later, it looks like, 1995. President Clinton still in office. CNC Music Factory still on the radio. Okay. Comes right out. Beautiful. You can see that her torso has faded quite a bit from storage and just age. So that's unfortunate, but still, what an expressive face. She just looks ready to fight crime, doesn't she? That's incredible. Beautiful sculpt here on that. Cartoony in a way, but also kind of grim, as the 90s were in so many respects for action figures and comic book characters. So, okay, if I were to follow the instructions, I would hold her firmly. Oh, ready? Oh, there it is. That's her chop. What if I did this? There we go. There we go. Away, away, evildoer. All right, so very minimal points of articulation here. Her head, fortunately, does move. This arm has its own joint, but the legs don't move at all. This is a solid piece from the waist down. And then there's just this kind of spring mechanism here that's allowing for a karate chop. Ooh, you can get one good one. But she feels a little sticky, actually, with time. I wonder if the paint is melting a little bit, or do you guys find that when you have action figures on display, as I do behind me, that they do get like strangely sticky over time? That the dust isn't the type that will just brush off, but sometimes you kind of have to rub it off, and it comes off in kind of a film. I have had that experience in the past with certain action figures, and I'm wondering, since I've never said any of this out loud, if it's just me. So comment in the comment below if I am living some sort of unhealthy lifestyle that threatens the environment, or please confirm that I am not covered in some sort of residual goo from years of action figure collecting, and in fact that is some sort of phenomenon that just happens on cluttered shelves, and as long as you're cleaning from time to time, it is okay. So here are these two friends of the Tick, the Human Bullet and the American Maid. I'm very excited to add these two toys to my collection. Made in the mid-90s by, I just want to make sure, Bandai. So, thank you very much, whoever kept these in storage for so long that they lost the rights to the contents of that storage unit and allowed me to buy these toys at auction. Thanks again for watching this. I really appreciate it. Follow me on Instagram if you don't mind at Amazing AZ Comics, where I post other images of toys in my collection, also some fun stuff about comics, including comic books I make. Amazing Arizona Comics is a mini comic book series that satirizes Arizona news, history, and culture. But no matter where you live, in the country or the world, you will surely enjoy some independent superhero action in the spirit of those Tick comics that we all love from the 90s right up until today. Join me next time as I look at the pile of unopened toys here in my living room. I grab one and I tell myself, you know what? Just open it. I'll catch you next time.